afternoon. It has been a minute. Welcome to On the Sport Show. This the 27th day of the year 2024, and of course this is where we take you through sports analysis in various disciplines, from football, rugby, all the way to athletics. And remember, we are following a couple of matches here. Remember our very own, that is the under-20 national rugby team, that is Kenya Chipu, is in Zimbabwe in the ongoing Bathurst Cup. And remember, they won their first match, their second, and of course tomorrow they will be facing the host nation Zimbabwe in a title decider. Whoever wins that pool, or rather whoever wins this the Bathurst Cup 2024, will automatically earn ticket to qualify to participate in the World Under-20 Rugby that will be held in Scotland. So that is something that we are following in very closely, and of course we'll be bringing you up to speed with what is happening. Remember, we'll be giving you a few analysis, what to expect in regard to that particular tournament, and how does the team actually looks like. And if we are lucky enough, of course, we'll be crossing over to Zimbabwe, that is in Harare, the capital city of Zimbabwe, and of course bring you some insight from not only some of the stakeholders, but very tacticians who have been on the ground and who have been following this rugby from the onset of it, from the beginning, from the time the Chipu team began their title quest, and of course to hand this ticket until now that the curtain will be coming down officially, just to give you an highlight of what to expect in tomorrow's final, and how does the teams looks like in the analysis. Does the team stand a chance to actually clinch this ticket? Remember, the last time these two teams met, it was here in Nairobi, and of course the final outcome was in favor of Zimbabweans, and this will Kenya now some sort of payback. Remember, Zimbabwe came here in Nairobi and of course defeated Kenya at their own home turf. So will this time round be a payback? Time will tell. And of course we'll be following on that discussion, just to see if we can get an insight from some of the football stakeholders, that is William Moto, and he has been very active with black blood rugby activities here in Kenya, and of course I understand he's there in Zimbabwe, and of course if we get time we'll cross over and get some insight from him. But besides that, we still have some Enterprise Cup. This is the quarter-final of it, and we have the Battle of the Titans. Remember, we have the teams like the likes of KCB, Cabras will be up today in action, just to hunt for this particular ticket. Remember, Cabras won the last edition, and they are in this particular season, and of course they mean business. Remember, prior to this tournament, of course, they won the Kenya Cup unbeaten this season, setting a very impressive record. So will they maintain that momentum? Of course, time will tell, because they still have to come up with the likes of KCB in that particular group. We have the likes of Black Blood will still be eyeing this particular the same title. So today is the quarterfinals of it, and after this, of course, the discussion will be now about the semi-finals, and we see who has who fancy the chance of winning this particular the 2024 Enterprise Cup. So that is in regard to rugby activities here in the country, and of course across the borders. And of course remember, tonight, or rather today, we still have the Football Kenya Federation Cup, that is the Mozart Cup, and a couple of teams will be eyeing for that particular ticket. And remember, whoever win that, they will not only earn the ticket to represent the country in the Africa, or rather the CAF Confederation Championship, but there is some rewards, the cash that comes with it, something to entice you and even give you psych to actually compete for this particular title, the 2024 Football Kenya Federation Cup. And the first match began at exactly at noon, that is 12 p.m. A match between KCB, of course, who are down in action, and this particular quarterfinals is taking place at a newly constructed stadium, that is the Dandora Stadium. So those are some of the highlights that of course will be bringing you up to speed as far as these particular events are concerned. And remember, this is a 360 clockwise sporty action where we talk football, we talk rugby, we talk athletics, and of course anything in between as far as these sporting activities and various disciplines are concerned. And before now we jump into some of the weekly highlights, what to expect as far as this particular show is concerned today. And of course there is a couple of stories that we have highlighted that we think will be making some of the highlight in our today's show, and of course we'll be taking you through some of them so that to set a stage for our discussion and of course everything that will follow after that. Right, now it's time to talk rugby. Now the national under-20 rugby team under the tutelage of coach Simon Jawachire will play Zimbabwe in Bathurst Cup 2024 title decider set to be played on Sunday in Harare. The homeboys will be keen to continue with their impressive run and end Zimbabwe junior sub-world reign as champions. Chipu opens their campaign with a 34-28 win over Namibia before reigning supreme over Tunisia 56-17 in their second match. The Rugby Africa Under-20 Bathurst Trophy is the official men's Under-20 championship for Africa. The winner of this competition qualifies to represent Africa at the World Rugby Under-20 Trophy this year, which will take place from 2nd to 17th of July in Scotland. This competition features 4 teams led by host and defending champions, that is Zimbabwe, Kenya, Tunisia and Namibia, and is played on a round-robin basis, with the team accumulating the most points after 3 rounds declared the winner. Okay, so we wish our boys all the best even as they endeavor to bring glory back home. Remember, this is the same team that punished them here at home. So we hope that they will do not the unthinkable, but actually it's possible, and bring this trophy home. And of course, in that regard, earn ticket to represent Kenya in the upcoming World Under-20 Rugby Championship that will be held in Scotland from July. Now let's move on. Still matters rugby. The Kenyatta University based side, that is Black Blood, will host Kenya Harlequins in an Enterprise quarterfinals match set to be played at Blood Bin. The coach Brian Rotich Charge will secured their quarter slot courtesy of win over at Kenya Cup returnees Impala in the pre-quarter. Queens will be hoping to reign supreme over the side that ended their unbeaten run in the Kenya Cup 2023-2024 season. Meanwhile, KCB will host Northern Suburbs in the other quarterfinals set for today at the KCB Lions Den at Ruaraka. In other fixtures that we'll see, non-dates take on main machine holders, and rather holders Cabras Sugar will have to earn a walkover to the semi-finals over Strathmore Leos. Okay, so that is a couple of matches as far as the Enterprise Cup is concerned, and of course, if you get time, you can go out and cheer your favorite team as they, battle it out for glory, and of course, ticket to the next round of this Enterprise Cup. So we want to switch gears from now rugby and focus on matters football. Now Sofapaka will be keen to reign supreme over Kenya Police in the FKF Cup quarterfinals. Fixtures set to be played today at Dandora Stadium. The coach Zedekiah Zico-led charge will, having lost 2-1 earlier to Police in an FKF Premier League encounter. Elsewhere, holders Homeboys will tackle KCB as Assad tackles Kariobangi Sharks on Sunday. FC Leopards will be targeting continental football, but first they will have to overcome Division 1 side Compel FC. Tunasema this FKF Cup ainanga mwenyewe, tunaona teams from the National Super League and of course Division 1 all in contention. I guess it's because of the rewarding 2 million, of course. That should be a real motivation for any team that want to actually bag some extra cash. Well, so that is what is happening, and remember that particular matches, that's the quarterfinals of the FKF Cup is currently underway, and all matches will be played at Dandora Stadium, the newly constructed stadium that has already met FIFA standard, not by that much, but it's a stadium that has really, cost taxpayer some money, and of course it's a sort of improvement and an upgrade of what we used to see. So those are some of the matches, of course, that are lined up for today's FKF Cup. And remember, we'll be bringing you in-depth analysis, of course, these particular fixtures. Remember, just like I mentioned, there is some early kickoff, and we'll see which teams fancy what and who will actually, reign supreme against who, because those are fixtures lined up for today. And remember, it's a double header between those two teams, so that they can get ticket to actually play in the semi-finals of the same FKF Cup. Now, still matters football. Now, Rodney Strikers under 13 and under 15 SJF and Ladies Musa have been crowned as the 2023-2024 FKF Youth League champion at Babadogo grounds, and that is on Thursday in Nairobi, here in Nairobi. In the under 13 category, Rodney Strikers boys secure their bragging rights after beating their opponent Kayole Youngsters 1-0 by score, while the SJF girls emerge victorious after scoring 1-0 against Agafoa in the under 15 category. Rodney Strikers and Ladies Musa, that is girls, with their former beating 1,000 Streets Sportsview boys and 1-0, and the latter beating Babadogo Tia 2-0 and 2-0, that is 2-0 in the FKF Junior League. Now, the FKF President Nick Mwenda has emphasized the significance of investing in youth development.
We have trained 8,000 coaches in the last 6 years. Those coaches now are the ones training these kids. So it's a combination of time and doing something deliberately. Having the teachers certifying them over time, showing them what football is about, how they can go about teaching a small kid. And then after that, having the kids now start being trained. The coaches you see here are already certified. They continue to learn as they train our kids in an organized manner. This was lacking many years ago when I was a coach. In this very pitch, we never had any training, we did it ourselves. But now they're certified, they're trained, and they can teach the kids. And every year they can do it and have a conveyor belt. So you will see many more new young kids coming through in the Premier League in the years to come. And I'm very excited about what we are doing. It's a fantastic FKF grassroots program.
All right, that is Nick Mwendo himself just telling you that you'll see many youths coming in through the system, and that should be the mantra actually. And we hope that the future of Kenya football is pegged on the young generation, and we hope that we'll see more of young generation, of course, getting a chance to participate in a very competitive, matches and gain the morale, the psyche, and even boost our football, to the standard that we all desire and actually wish to see Kenya football being elevated to the next level. And that to happen, we can only trust and invest in the future. Now, the national rugby sevens team, Kenya Shujas, have embarked on a 2-week training camp at Moi Stadium, Kasarani. They prepare for the next month's Munich Challenger Series leg. Speedster, that is Patrick Odongo, who missed the tournament in the Uruguay with a broken jaw, is back in training and available for the selection. Kenya are joint top alongside Uruguay with 36 points and will face Chile, Portugal, and Mexico in Pool C.
Before we go to the Commonwealth Games are going to be very important to us. They have not all the things that people ignore but are so important.
For lack of a better word, the faith has been lost in the Kenya Sevens team over the last 2 or 3 seasons because the performance has gone down.
All right, so those are, rugby, and that is Shujaa team actually intensifying their preparation ahead of this Munich Challenger Series. Remember, this is the third leg of series after the Dubai and, of course, Uruguay, and this is the Munich Series. And Shujaa sit top on rankings alongside Uruguay, and they'll be wanting to actually, break the tie and set the bar a bit higher in order for them now to reclaim their rightful place and, of course, return to the main Challenger series with fullness of time. Now, switching gears, the National Short Course Swimming Gala, slated for May 18th and 19th at M-Pesa Academy in Thika, will act as a qualifier for the World Aquatic Swimming Championship in Budapest in December. This is according to the Kenya Aquatic Executive Committee member, Hezea Kahindo. Kahindo said so far, swimmers from Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, and Mauritius and Burundi have confirmed participation in the 2-day swimming extravaganza. The swimmers selected will bear the bare minimum of the 4 to 5 months training and prepare for the world event and be in the best possible shape. 2 top clubs that have confirmed participation in the 2-day event include Seahorses, Super Marlins, Brainburn, Kisumu, Aquatic, Torpedo, that is in Eldoret, Bandari, and Mombasa Aquatic, Blue Oceans and Torpedo Kampala, Nova Pioneer and St. Christopher's School, Riara School of the Nations, and Porterhouse School are among the institutional teams enlisted. The event will mark the first national meet in Kiambu County and the larger Mount Kenya region since Kenya's independence, to ensure the highest standard and quality. The championship will enforce competitive qualifying times as per World Aquatic rules. Kiambu Governor Kimani Wamatangi is expected to grace the event. All right, for the lovers of or rather swimmers, the young swimmers, now this is a chance for you to actually shine and bring glory to Kenya. Remember, Kenya will be up against other countries, the like of Burundi, Rwanda, and of course we have Uganda, and even youngsters from schools have been given a chance and opportunity to actually showcase what they have. And in this line, this particular championship will be up to the level of the World Aquatic Standards. So this is a very competitive event, and of course many youngsters will be up to actually showcase what they have and claim that glory. And we wish Team Kenya all the best. Now from swimming, let's switch gears to football action. And of course, Liverpool will seek redemption against West Ham at the early kickoff set for today. And that is, remember that particular kickoff, it's just a couple of minutes away. Remember that one. It will begin at exactly 2:30 p.m. So it's just a matter of 4 minutes right away to the kickoff. That is the early kickoff between West Ham United and of course Liverpool FC in the English Premier League. Remember, we still have a couple of fixtures lined up for today in the same English Premier League, where we expect Everton. Of course, Liverpool will be hoping to bounce back from defeat after they suffered a 2-0 defeat at the hands of Everton in a Merseyside derby. In other matches lined up for today in the English Premier League action, Burnley will travel to Old Trafford to square it out with Manchester United, while Aston Villa will play host to Chelsea at Villa Park, among other fixtures lined up for today, the 27th of Saturday. On Sunday, Arsenal will continue with their title hunt with a trip to Tottenham Stadium in a battle of the Titan as Manchester City takes on Nottingham Forest. Right, so in line with that, the English football, action that are lined up for today and tomorrow. That's bring us to our question of the day. We ask, which team do you think will carry the 2023-2024, English Premier League title? Which team do you think will carry the 2023-2024 season English Premier League title? Keep on talking to us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, we are live on YouTube at KUTV News, at KUTV News, that is at KUTV Kenya, I beg your pardon on that. And of course, you can tweet us, you can talk to us on our X platform. You can tweet me personally at Auma Events. Remember to use the hashtag on the spot. And of course, on the spot, we'll be taking a very short break. When we come back, of course, we'll be taking you through matter sporting activities, and we'll be giving you an in-depth analysis of both local sports and international sports, just to bring you up to speed with what is happening and give you an update of various activities that are currently underway. Remember, we're still tracking the Football Kenya Federation FKF, that is FKF Cup, and of course, just like I told you, a couple of matches are still underway, and we'll be bringing you an update of what is happening there at Dandora Stadium. And of course, we'll still bring you up to par with this the English Premier League early kickoff, and of course, in line with that, and many more activities lined up for today's On The Spot show. But first thing first, let's take this very short breather. We'll be back with more.
Kaunti maarufu kwa kuzalisha maziwa na ukuzaji wa majani chai. Pia serikali ya kaunti inawahimiza wakulima kukumbatia mitindo mingine ya kilimo kuzidisha mapato.
Kama kuna kikundi moja inafanya biashara ya kuuza kuku, hao pia tumewafadhili kuwafunza jinsi ya kuhandle zile kuku kwa sababu wanaleta kwa wingi.
Haya yote tunakuletea katika Boresha Kilimo, toleo la kaunti ya Bomet.
Kilimo ni nguzo kubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi vuguvugu, pepo pa ni idea.
Sazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
You need to look for high quality friends.
I'm from Kingston, Jamaica, you know Portmore. That's my village.
Sanga tu chini hapo ukinyedhia ukikatia mademo akipita.
Sinaweza saa hii nimekuja kukopesa choo.
Get ready to kickstart your day with the most exciting morning show around. Tune in to our dynamic and entertaining program where we keep you informed, engaged, and entertained from the moment you wake up.
From breaking news and current events to music, fun, and out of the ordinary stories, we've got you covered with a mix of interviews, games, and special segments. You never know what's in store.
Join us every Monday morning
and Tuesday morning
for a fun and fascinating way to start your day.
Don't miss out on the action.
Tune in now and experience the excitement for yourself.
Only on KUTV Rise Today from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Start your day
with us.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Tunachimba hadi mizizi kukuletea yanayojiri.
So mimi naomba tu serikali yetu ya Mungu, jibarikiwe na Mungu, iweze kuteremsha bei ya mafuta
yanayokukumba. Tuna maizi, tunakutetea sisiri.
Kwa kweli ni spesheli tukikupambia makala ya mwanamke mwake. Utasema hupendi mizizi ya habari. Nami Caroline Kimoi.
What are some of the ways through which you can develop these skills so that you are comfortably fitting into the job?
You have to put yourself in positions where you are uncomfortable in the sense that you are not clear about what to do.
Because I used to work a corporate job before. So when I left, I happened to visit someone's farm around this area. So this project is called Security Breach Detector and Readiness Familiarize. It is meant to be used to detect, detonate explosives.
We'll tackle all the tough issues, discuss all the weird moments, and hope.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi vuguvugu, pepo pa ni idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
To look for high quality friends.
I'm from Kingston, Jamaica, you know Portmore. That's my village.
Kanga tu chini hapo ukinyanyia ukikatia mademo akipita.
Naweza saa hii nimekuja kukopesa choo.
Karibu sana. This is the second segment of On the Sports Show, and this is where we take you through major sports activities. I give you highlights, discussions and insight of what is happening, and of course we'll be bringing you up to speed with various sporting activities. Remember, we are keeping track of what is happening at two main events currently underway: the Enterprise Cup and of course the FKF Cup, or if you like, the Mozart Bet Cup. And that is what is happening currently. And of course a few matches are underway, and of course this is what we'll try to give you update as it happen. Itakuwa ni ilitongaje rush hour. So we bring you very close with what is happening and what to expect. But before that, I want to draw your attention to what is the upcoming final that is between Zimbabwe and of course Kenya. That is in the Bathurst Cup. Remember that particular one. It's currently in process. And of course the final will be tomorrow between Zimbabwe and of course Kenya, and this is not the first time these two teams are meeting, at least in the finals. Last year they met in the finals, and of course the outcome was not that pleasant on our men, or rather our young men. And of course this time round it's a new environment, and of course a new day, new year, and of course new expectations and objectives. So far the trajectory is so good. Remember their opening match against Namibia, they won, and then they won their second match against Tunisia, and tonight, or rather tomorrow, they'll be facing the host nation Zimbabwe. Remember, whoever wins this particular round robin format championship with more accumulative points will automatically qualify for the World Under-20 Rugby Championship, or if you prefer the name, trophy, for those who will go for that. And of course, it's something that we are following closely. And of course, to help me unpack this is one and only Kevin Benson. Umepotea sana, but I'm glad at least floods bado ja kufanya ile kitu. At least now we can see you here. Hali imekwaje?
Hali shwari. We are good, trying to maneuver, see whether our young boys will try to at least give us the trophy. You remember last time Zimbabwe beat us. So we really want to see this team trying. They have a very good squad. The likes of Odongo returning from injury. So we really want to see whether our young boys will try and give us hopes, and even the coach from the senior team maybe will try to pick some players and then aweke kwa main team.
All right. Talking about picking some senior, picking players now to play to senior team. And of course, remember this Bathurst Cup, of course, has its own background. And let me give you an insight so that you can know what we are talking about. Now, it was named in honor of the late Jean-Luc Bathurst. Now, he was the former World Rugby Regional Manager for Africa, who passed away in 2016. Well, it was previously called the Rugby Africa Division 1A Under-20 Championship. Before now, it was changed to now the Bathurst Cup. And it is the Africa Under-20 Championship, and it features players under the age of 20 years. It was previously restricted to age 19. Before now, they changed to now under 20. The winners of the competition qualifies for the World Junior Rugby Trophy, the second tier of the global age grade. That is the World Championship organized by the World Rugby Union. It has served as a launchpad for the careers of many of the continental stars. Now, this is what you're talking about. Now, giving the young players, it's like it exposes young players so that they can actually gain that entry level to the seniors team. And of course, to some of the notable names, we have the likes of Mohamed Omolo from Kenya. Of course, remember, it is through this same tournaments like this, the Bathurst Under-20 Championship, that the talent was realized, and eventually he made his way to the senior team. So those are some of the players that have actually at least meander their way through the national senior squad team, courtesy of such tournaments like this. And of course, well, you're taking a look at its significance, but I want us to take a look at now this Zimbabwe. Remember, this Zimbabwe is a team that over time has proven to be really a pain, or rather pain in the flesh of Kenyans. And in the finals, they did that. Remember, there is a couple of times then we played against the same team, and it was a very formidable team to actually beat. Now, this time round with the home backing, now we are at their own turf yard, and this is a team, of course, we take pride in what Kenya is doing. They went there, they have beaten the likes of Namibia, of course, Tunisia, and now the only thing standing on their way is now this Zimbabwe. Do you fancy a Kenya win against a stubborn Zimbabwe?
I think if you look at a team like Kenya, beating teams like Tunisia, Namibia, having very good players there, the coach said that at least he has a full support of the technical bench, and he believes that the spirit of the team is very high. Remember, they are not playing in Kenya, they are playing in Harare. Last time Rugby Africa had questioned about the poor lighting at the Harare Stadium because of some matches that were played. But now, looking at a team like Kenya, the coach said, was it Odongo who said that at least Zimbabwe, it's too sunny, unlike Kenya where the weather is unpredictable. So we really wish and hope that Kenya, those under 20 young boys will try and at least give us that glory. because if you look at a team like Kenya, rugby wise, we've not been performing very well of late. We've been having ups and downs. And if you are looking at the rise and fall of Kenya rugby, this is a team that really has that morale, and being able to beat teams like Namibia, Tunisia, and then going to Zimbabwe, Harare, and you are looking at the final, it's just one step away from you. So as a motivational factor to the team, they should just go and clinch that trophy, and then come back, strategize, focus on the next obstacle ahead.
Well, e-ticket, of course, maybe by then I fancy Kenya to clinch this ticket, because I think they have what it takes. If you compare the performance here this year and last season, there is a bit of improvement in regard to this two level of playing, and I fancy this is a team that has what it takes to actually take the game to the doorstep of Zimbabweans, and we have seen a couple of times this is a team that their game against Namibia, remember they started at a very slow pace and they picked up, and of course they overturned the table, and the final result was quite amazing. Well, we don't want that to happen at a high stake match like this one. You want to actually be the first to score, defend, make sure tactical wise you are up to par, and you don't let in a lot of a lot of goals, and you close the rank, so that the Zimbabweans, they like to use the far wide flank, so that they can pin you down. So those are some of the areas that I think now the Chipu need to actually work on that. But on an overview trajection, I think we are heading somewhere, and tomorrow this ticket could be ours. Well, if we clinch the ticket, yes, that's fine, but what does it mean for actually Kenya? Getting these tickets now to represent the world, to represent Kenya at the World Under-20 Championship, of course, just a couple of months away in July. What does it mean now for Team Kenya, and of course for our rugby?
Like I mentioned earlier about the ups and downs of rugby Kenya, now being given this chance and really coming back fighting for this ticket and that spot. Remember when Zimbabwe beat us at our home ground? Now we are at their home ground. They have the support of the fans, of course. So that's something that maybe Zimbabweans could try and use. And this cheaper team, this under-20 team, will try to really focus on their errors. There is no point of letting the team convert many tries, giving penalties, and then now you start coming back. If they have to go for that ticket, then they have to fight. They have to convert their tries, ensure that they are not being pinned down. Because if you've mentioned of the flanks, and if you are looking at how Kenyans have been playing the under-20, and you look at the stars that we have there, the likes of Odongo will be there recovering. And remember, Odongo has been very pivotal even in the past, even when the rise of Kenya Rugby 2023, when there were young debutants, the likes of Shietsa, then Odongo was still there. There was a captain coming into the team with experience. Many will be hoping that really he will try to be the team leader and ensure that at least in Kenya will be getting this ticket. So I really hope that Kenya will try. I'm wishing them all the best. I have to be patriotic. I'm a loyal fan of Kenya rugby. Even if we've been having our ups and downs, then our boys, if they clinch this ticket, well and good.
Okay. Well, another very interesting aspect that actually arise. Remember, it's only 9 players who played last season, or rather last year, got an opportunity to actually participate in this edition. So we have like a sort of 19 new players. Well, at the beginning of when the squad was actually unveiled, many will have argued that, this inexperience and of course the blend, will it pose some sort of challenge to a team in a very high stake and competitive action like this? But of course the team has proven, has actually proved the doubters wrong, and winning your first, your second, it's not a easy feat. something that we take pride in. Well, but now the blend system, is it the reason why tumeona this success, or the tide ilikuwa tu in our favor?
Remember, if you are bringing new players to the team, and this does not mean that you've just picked them out of nowhere. As a coach and even as the technical bench, the staff, you know that these are players who have, you've watched them play. And remember, these players also train together. And the fact that they train together makes them blend. And you are looking at a team that we really want to see them being solid, have that team chemistry, try to attack, defend well, cover the flanks, ensure that everything goes well. So we cannot mention that having new players will limit our success. Remember, I've said the team has been training, and that training in our particular team chemistry. So we really want to see them perform very well. Because all the players, of course, people watakosa hiyo muscle and everything. These young players are coming with ability, they are coming with that pace, they are coming with that speed, they are robust, they are energetic. And if the coach has watched them train and really believes in them, then there is no way that as the fans cannot believe in them. So going forward, I think experience, bringing experience and inexperience, then trying to match, pick few players and then proceed.
And I think that is what is happening, and even in our national senior team, remember the likes of the legend. They've already hung their boots, and now it's a very different formation. And of course this blend of system, though, a lot of coaches will go and say like, as a team we'll still have to tabidi mtupatie time kwanza to work on the blend system. And of course, if you ask me, the blending system to some extent it will work. And now this draw attention to now the upcoming Munich series. Remember, the team currently is in training, 2 weeks training ahead of this Munich series. Remember, we first had the Dubai series, then the Uruguay series. Dubai was success, by the way. We actually won that one. Then we had this now, the Uruguay. Unfortunately, that one we finished third, and now we tie points, top of the table, yes, but with points, we tie points with Uruguay. Now remember, this is a journey to actually return back to now the main Challenger series, that is the World Rugby series that we were, remember, relegated last season, and we are fighting back now to return to action. Now, the success of the first leg, and of course second leg was not bad, and now we are looking forward to the third leg. How would you describe the progression journey? Kenya, unaonaje hii Shujaas from ukiwa judge based on their performance in their first and their second? Do you see this as a team maybe in future is a challenge for these titles? Remember, pia tunaongojea bado tuko na Olympics, tuko na Olympics hapo, na hii ndio team yenye tunapega our hopes on.
Talking about Shujaa, remember Shujaa Sevens, since they've been in the rugby world, they've played for quite some time. We have legends who have been there, who have really showed us that at least Kenya can try. And if you are to look at this Challenger series that we are facing, look at our pool, remember the teams that are there. And then you have to look at the future of Kenya rugby, because we have been successful. There are times when we beat South Africa, a team that has been very, very, very good in the continental level, even beating big teams. So our hopes of returning back to the rugby continental action then are on that Shujaa team. And remember the coach having said that at least akona hopes high. That was the assistant coach, I think, alisema akona hopes high. And looking at this team inajaribu, I will say that if you're looking at the challenges that that team has been facing financially, even not having a very good support, and then when they lose, watu wanawamock, of course. So there kumekuwa na negativities mingi sana. But now looking at this team, Then we want to see whether they will try to bring Kenya at least mahali at the map of international rugby.
Well, I think the time much of the success Shujas tunaweza date back to after Damian was actually shown the door, because during that time kulikuwa na sleepover somewhere, kama players wako na hangover somewhere. Then after that now akaamua enough is enough, kapigwa kalamu. Now sasa kuko na the new tactician now. There is the Dennis take over. Dennis Mtu, of course. Wambua, I beg your pardon. Dennis Wambua take over the reins. Then tukaona like a team, this is a team yenye ilienda all the way, ika qualify for the tickets, playing some matches unbeaten, and trajectory imekuwa fiti, the transition. Alafu sasa mtu maybe unaweza jiuliza like, was it now the coach ndiye alikuwa shida ama what is happening? Because from the time alionyeshwa milango mpaka saa hii unaweza ona like at least performance si mbaya venye maybe ilikuwa hapo awali. So is it sometimes maybe you're a coach but mechanism system dina kukataa ama kunaenda aje? How can you attribute, because this is the same squad yenye il failed to work then, yenye sahi at least unaona some progression.
You know, when Wambua was appointed, when he became the coach, there were very many debutants. Were they at least 6? Alienda akachukua watu from Menengai Oilers, KCB, the likes of Patrick Atasi. These were people who they were youngsters, and not many people walikuwa nadhani these young players will blend into the team and really try to challenge and even what was idea that Shujaa team. But now looking at how the coach worked, alikuwa amejaribu very well. I remember the likes of Odongo bado alikuwa hapo, and there was the captain who led the way, experience. These young players came into the squad and they really settled very well. So the coach came with a new tactic. It was like he was scouting for these new players, and when he got them, integrated them into the team, he contained them. And now we want to see whether the same squad, like you've mentioned, will try at least and ensure that maybe the Shujaa Sevens that we've known watarudi kwenye walikuwa kitambo, because legends wamehang boots. So we want to see a young blood. Even when we want to even to see teams like hii ya KU inaitwa nini, Blackbird, wakujie mtu mmoja wamweke hapo, then we see whether maybe we'll go far. But talking of Kenyan rugby, we've been having our ups and downs. I will still repeat the same thing. So we just have to try and bring joy to the fans, bring glory to the country, and then the coach try new tactics, benchmark from other teams internationally, then see what we can do as a team.
Okay, but they're talking about black blood. Hii imekuwa ni fida mtu wangu. Even the player na mention, that is Mohamed Omolo, mwenye alikuwa anachezea first his star early rise during this Bathurst Cup. He was from KU Black Blood. Again that some of the players from KU Black Blood wamekuwa poached with other clubs like KCB, the ones with financial muscles.
Of course.
So it is very much possible. And now still matters rugby. Leo ni kama tuna discuss a lot of rugby. So there is Enterprise Cup today, lined up for today, the quarter finals, and we have couple of fixtures here and there. We have the likes of KCB will be down to action against the northern suburbs, and of course this is a team that will be hunting for this, if I'm not wrong, this will be their 6th title. This is the Enterprise Cup title. The last edition they were runners up, but unfortunately the cup went with Cabras. This time round they have set new new trajectories, new objectives, and they mean business, of course, as far as this particular Enterprise Cup is concerned. So a pretty one. When you look at the teams now that tuko nao hapa in the quarterfinals, the likes of KCB Apple, defending champions Cabras, and they have Black Bloods wako hapo pia in contention. Well, this time round ni nini unaona tofauti unlike the previous edition?
I think if you are looking at the Enterprise Cup, I think it is the oldest edition of rugby. And the Enterprise Cup, it has not fared very well this season because team mingi zimekuwa zikipeana walkover. Many walkovers have been there. But looking at teams that have that ability, teams like KCB, teams that have experience, talk of Cabras, Sugar. Looking at teams like Black Birds, like you've said, they will be there. They will be trying at least to show that they can contend and at least gain something. But look at experience. KCB comes into this quarterfinals with experience. Teams like Cabras, they've been there, they've played. KCB ndio defending champions, I think.
KCB, I mean defending champions ni Cabras. And they will be up against Strathmore Leos. Then Nandet Script will be up against Mean Machine. Then we have KCB Rugby Club against Northern Suburbs. Then Black Blood vs Kenya Harlequins.
So if you are looking at those teams that are there, of course, it will be a tough one to call. But I will bid for KCB and at least Cabras. I expect to meet them to meet the finals. I know you want Blackbird to be there, but I don't think that they cannot convince me this time round.
Farasi ni mbili.
Hizo
zingine ni
punda.
Ni punda. According to anyway. So for me, I think Cabras, Sugar, and of course KCB will march all the way to the finals unless wapatane in the semis. However, for me, I still fancy Cabras to walk away with this. This is a team that dominate sana the Kenyan rugby scene from last season, this season. This is a team that ikikuja competition, ikiwe kikombe ni kubwa, ni ndogo, wanaitaka yote. Kuna kuachia ati sema these are our small brothers, wacha pia to at least to a gift with this one, a small one. They come and take all. So wame take the Kenya Cup already. Enterprise Cup, they mean business, and trust me, this one itaenda na wao because this is a team to beat. And to be fair, a team that has won the league undefeated, now this is a strong team, and you don't want to come up against such team. So for me, if I had to predict, unless they meet in the semis, but kama ni final inaenda down to the wire, KCB, Cabras. At the end of the day, Cabras will lift the title. I know KCB fans, especially Timo pale, najua akisikia hii atakuwa na some other opinion, but I think this is a very strong team if you ask me, and this is a team that has what it takes to actually lift this particular title. Not saying that KCB hawana, the power and the muscle, but ukimit na team not once, not twice, inakutan inside down every time, then of course unafaa upatiane respect where it's due. Well, so this is the Enterprise Cup, and pretty prediction yako. Unajua hujasema about the finals, nani anabeba this edition of the 2024 Enterprise Cup final? KCB. One reason
I think they have lazima wabebe, because Cabras wakibeba tena nao itakuwa ni kama KCB hakuna kitu wanafanya. There is no way there is no point of getting to the final, trying and then you are losing, because at the end of the day we want to see you come up with that trophy. But I think Cabras is a very good team, I know, but KCB they can equal Cabras. Not unless something happens, something weird, something odd, or the gods will be there.
Hakuna kitu kama odd weird. This is a straight one.
KCB.
This is a straight one. In as much as utasema ati wasema it's only a fool mwenye atafanya one thing over and over. I expect same result. But me, I think KCB wataifanya over and over again. Finals, result ni same. Watakuwa whip.
We will see.
Alright, so pretty quick before we take a very short break, it's good we take a look at the FKF Cup. And we have a couple of fixtures that are lined up for today. And remember, this is not just an ordinary cup. Whoever wins this, it comes with prize. Whooping 2 million. Yeah, like you said, very lucrative prize if you ask me. That is a motivation for any team that want to bag some cash at the end of this particular tournament. And of course, now there is a ticket to represent Kenya in the CAF Confederation Cup. So this is a big cup. Remember, the CAF Confederation Cup is the Europa League of Africa. Then we have the CAF Champions League, then the CAF Confederation. So this is the Europa League of Africa. So you can imagine what is at stake. And we have the likes of the defending champions, Kakamega Homeboys, will be facing, or rather they are facing KCB. And
they lost 1-0.
They lost. Now the defending champions. Yeah. But this is a double header. So they still have a chance to fight back and see if they can claim this particular title, and of course ticket and the prize money. So this time round, with the big names like the likes of Gor out of picture, Tusker out. So ni nani kitu?
I really think it's that's not a very easy one to call, because I'm looking at Bungoma Stars playing against Sofapaka, leading 2-0 halftime, but Odo Bamungu coming back and then winning on penalties. Then they will be playing today at 3, I think. Nataka imefika labda wameanza. Then there are these teams from National Super League, teams that even not many follow. So you are looking at that, the prize that is there. You are looking at the chance to get the money. Remember, football ya Kenya haijakuwa ikilipa vizuri. If you are being given 2 million kama team, at least itakusaidia. So inawapatia moral, motivation. The coaching staff, of course, want to expect teams to win. So the likes of Tusker out, Gor out. I will fancy KCB. I think they will try to at least win. Remember, football ya Kenya haijakuwa ikiperform vizuri sana. So we want to see. Kenya Police watakuwa wanacheza wako hapo?
Yes, and mimi kuna place umenipoteza sana. KCB. KCB to do what?
They will try. They have to try.
Well, this one I'm sorry to say, but hii na itabidi waione view sasa. This one, if it's not going with Kakamega Homeboys, then Kenya Police might take it. And quick fixtures. Remember, the early kickoff was between KCB and Kakamega Homeboys. KCB won courtesy of 1-0 against Kakamega Homeboys, who are the defending champions. Then it is 8 minutes to the kickoff. Then past kickoff. Then we have Kenya Police and Sofapaka. That match began at exactly 3 p.m. Then we have now the Super League side, Assad against Kariobangi Sharks. Oh, there is another team pia wako na potential of winning. Not KCB. Oh my God. It is AFC Leopards. And they'll be playing against a team from Division 1.
Very
compact. Well, now hapa farasi inaweza kuwa ni 3. Maybe KCB farasi ndogo. Tuko na Kenya Police hapo. Tuko na Kakamega Homeboys na of course FC Leopards. One of these teams.
I think Leopards team inaweza saidia hapo because of this CAF. At least Leopards have experience, but I think also teams like Sharks, they play very well. Kenya Police sitting second in the FKF Premier League will try at least to show that we are here. We want to challenge for this. So this will go down to the line, and then we want to see maybe, but I still fancy KCB. I know you don't want to hear that.
No, KCB wako chini
but
ligi wanakanyagwa. Timu kama hii
this can give them morale. Huko wako chini, so this is the only thing that they can try.
Pesa na wao watu wahitaji pesa juu wao ni the money banks.
Money is never enough.
Anyway, so what worries me, teams yenye imecheza paka imeenda hadi quarters in this particular cup wako nje. Tusker, Gor, and unashangaa like so last time Kakamega Homeboys walicheza. It's not that tuna demean Kakamega Homeboys, lakini the best they could do ni hata wange match all the way to at least the quarters of this. And this, remember, this is a secondary CAF Cup.
Yeah.
So you can imagine like the level of this competition, the way it's very competitive. So don't you think even the easy teams are in a fight for this? At the end of the day, maybe the only thing in as a spark a little bit maybe ni the prize money. But I'm worried about after this, after you win this particular competition. So what next? Ukienda huko, what do you have to show?
That's a very good point that you mentioned there. So I think if a team has to win this, then get the money. You don't have to stop there. You should not focus on the money. I think you should look ahead, because now you are representing Kenya, and also you will meet tough teams outside there. Teams that have played in CAF Champions League, and they have that financial muscle, leave alone you playing for that 2 million. These are teams that, you know, I think even Tanzania wanalipa players very well kuliko Kenya. So many African countries, they pay their players very well. Na wanawapatianga hizi bonuses. So kama we ni player going there for that only 2 million, if you are targeting the prize, even kama we kama coach, you should just have that vision, look ahead. And I think a team like AFC, hiyo ni team naweza ifancy kuenda mbele sana, because they know what it takes. Wamekuwa wakishindana sana na Gor even at the domestic level events.
And now talking about Gor, of course, Gor, their exit to this FKF Cup was very unceremonious. They were beaten by a lowly ranked team in the National Super League. And of course, this team naiona bado still iko in contention. So kumaanisha inasema kama imetoa the big dogs, likes of Gor, Asad. Remember, this is the team that knocked out Gor. Now hapa, this is the quarterfinals, so ako. And it's like they mean business. But maybe ama Gor inaweza kweli bottle this, because of course wako top of the table, and wow, qualification to the CAF Champions League is automatic once they win the league. Do you think that maybe could be the reason why maybe hakupeleka their A game? But for me, I think walipigwa too flat. Kuna story na excuse hapa.
You know, this is Mozart Super Cup. Inaitwa Mozart Super Cup.
Mozart Super Cup.
Mozart Super Cup. Mozart si wako na Mozart bet. I will not talk so much. That's my opinion, but I don't know what happened. Gor ni timu imekuwa ikicheza vizuri sana. Over the years, over the decades, we've seen Gor Mahia playing very well. They have good fans and rowdy fans, of course, to mention. So I think give credit where it's due, give the devil its due. Ayo Saldo alijaribu, and if they are to progress in this competition, then well and good. If they are to go far, represent the country, which I think itakuwa odd. I don't think watafika final. This team from the division that Asad. Yeah, I don't think wataenda mbali sana.
Ni team wenye wana play with everything they have.
I know.
Yeah, and it's very dangerous to come against to play against a team like that, because they feel like we have nothing to lose. We are going for this with all we have, and wanakuja pia na support base ya mafans pia. So any team that is coming up against the teams like Asad, even the Division 1 side, Campbell, this is a very a dangerous team. Rather the notion yenye iko pale, hawa ni underdogs. Unaenda unafanya kitu yenye Gor ilifanya. Unaenda pale, mnasleki, timu inawashika, inawaforce mnaenda extra. Pena hayuko sure, inawakanyaga. Sasa ndivyo ndo ni mind game walichezea Gor. Wakaenda pale watoa kwa pena. So even this, the tactics inaweza kuwa the same. Ni kaza, push, usilet. If you can't score, make sure they don't score against you. Enda pale, pena zikikuja, hapo ni inakwanga 50-50 affairs. Una fancy your chances. You never know. So this one, for me, as much as mnaiona ni underdog, but this is a team to actually watch. Yeah. So this one, and this, any team when you make the cut, the quarterfinals, you might want to be very careful those teams. Time will tell. And whether to switch gears pretty quick now to the Football Kenya Federation Premier League, and kuna something yenye haijakuwa ikioga well. And I remember there is a time it was you when you tulikuwa discuss about the performance of Tusker, FC Leopards, their journey when you wanaanza at the start of the season, alafu their ending dinakwanga fiti sana. Hawa tuta compare na kuna this I think ni marathoner wa Netherlands anaitwa Sifan Hassan. Sijui kama unamjua. Sifan Hassan akona ile tabia yenye akianza anakuanga pale nyuma kwa park, anakuja ana chase. Let's say kama ni 25 laps, yani 10,000 kilometers, 10,000 meters I mean, race zunguka. The first lap ako tu pale ana trace ni 10 meters 10 meters race, so unaenda 25 laps. So akianza na trail tu nyuma tu ako tu pale, unasema kwani huyu sasa at least a catch kiasi ya kuwe katikati somewhere, ndo hata wakianza ku open the gap atakuwa somewhere. But anakuja 5 laps to go, anaanza kupull, ana pull watano, anaweka kando. Anakuja 3 laps to go, ana pull another one, anakuja ko sasa the first position. 1 lap to go, ile race anatoka, mbio anatoka, it's like ndo anaanza the race. And for me I think that is Tusker. The beginning inakuanga very shambolic, and mnakuanga like Auma tano hadi amekaa sana Tusker, it's about time aende. Then the ending inakuanga pretty amazing. But this time round, well, they have tried. Remember walikuwa this is a team yenye ilikuwa ina fight relegation battle at the very, even the mid season walikuwa somewhere very bad. But as we speak right now, this is a team that sits third with 46 points. Second place iko na Kenya Police with 48 points. Then Gor top of the table 57. Actually Gor wanna fly, and of course catching them itakuwa a bit tricky, but hey, any team can dare to catch Gor, right? 27 games each teams have played. The point separating the first and second is 9 points. The point separating the first and the third is 11 points. Hapo nayo ndio inaweza kuwa dilemma kidogo. But now as the title race takes shape. Quick one, prediction yako, do you think hii 2023-2024 season nani anaenda nayo?
I think Gor I don't see mtu akiwafikia. Kenya Police wamecheza vizuri this season, having very good signings, and of course Kenya Police wako sawa. Hiyo ni timu ya Jijo I think. Kina Tito Okelo there jana wake. I think they've shown us that at least they can, and they are trying, because people have been expecting big names to be up there, the likes of Leopards. But another team that I would like to mention is Moranga Seals, having their first season in the FKF Premier League, sitting is it 10th, I think 10th or 11th. Hata kama walikuwa held na Muhoroni Youth, missing a penalty, not converting their chances. That's a team that I really think wamejaribu. Teams like Shabana next season, acha tuone kama watarudi, but Gor to carry the day. And I think teams that zimenifurahisha ni Kenya Police na Moranga Seals this season.
Well, Kenya Police na agree na wewe. Moranga Seals, well, tutawasemea juu ni team yenye imetoka national National Super League, wakakuja now, let's say wako so new to this environment. However, this is a team yenye the start ilikuwa a team that ilionyesha a lot of potential. Hii ni team yenye ulikuwa unaona unasema like walikuwa na back then walikuwa pia na Posta Rangers, wanaenda hivi ikicheza na big teams, it's either win or draw. But along the way wakapoteza momentum. So as we speak iko 11. What does it tell you about the team?
I think season bado ijaisha, and coming into the Premier League, FKF Premier League of course, for the first time, then you are really trying. And at home wanapatanga points mingi sana. At home they get very many points because they have the support of the fans. But then when they are playing away wanachapwa. Even I've mentioned about Moroni. Hapo time waliniangusha sana, even missing a penalty and everything. So I really think watajaribu ku maybe sign new players. I remember you cannot continue the same team. Lazima utatafuta new players, even get players from the academy kama wako nayo. Someone mentioned ati wanajiita Moranga Seals, and Seals inapatikana huko kwa ocean. They should call themselves another name. But in Kenya football unajaribu tu. Remember, this is a team that we really expect to see them next season. Acha tuone wataenda wapi.
Now because we're running out of time na tunataka tuende a very short break, and of course fans, I forgive if I don't ask you. Kuna mahali umemention about Moranga Seals, ukasema venye unaona ni team ina perform. I remember nataka nikupatie another team yenye unaweza relate nayo, Kenya Police. Remember, this is a team pia ilitoka National Super League.
Yeah.
Ikakuja. Walikuwa na pimana sana nguvu na Shabana. Wakakuja their first season haikuwa mbaya, walikuwa somewhere. Yes, wakukuja na zile mioto but walimaliza somewhere. Now their second season do waka dish in money here and there, but things haikuenda venye walikuwa na expect. But now you can trust the process. At least you can see this is a team that is performing. What can you say about Shabana, the mighty Shabana?
I think Shabana hata hiyo jina tu hata ifai kuitwa timu ya football. Shabana is not a team that I really fancy them to be somewhere this season or even next season. But I think Shabana, their fans, and their fans sijui shida yao inakuanga gani. Wanakuanga na fans wengine very weird, and even when people are playing it's a toxic environment. And if they lose, wanakuwa bitter even to the players. There is no way you'll give me momentum if I lose. Unanimock, I'm the player. You know, you're losing my morale. I'm trying. Maybe the players are doing their best. Remember, Shabana ile financial muscle pia that we can say that at least watajaribu kusign sijui 1 or 2 players. I think they will be relegated. I think. I don't hope. I think they will be relegated. So Shabana maybe waende wa strategize, then they come back again. And now sahi at least they've had the experience of the FKF Premier League. Wameona at least venye kunaendanga. So this is not waende wajipange, then maybe come back again.
Okay. As
per now, I don't fancy them.
Alright, so ikitu especially discussion ya hizi team zinatoka pale zinakam. Well, kuna wenye survive na kuna wenye ufanya amazing job, and kuna good examples yenye this season ikiisha maybe tutadraw. Kuna team unakuja una survive, the likes of Kenya Police walikuja waka survive, and na kushow if you can really put your house in order and of course give the team the support that it deserves, then trust the process. I guess money speaks.
Money speaks.
Yeah. So that is the clerical call. Any teams like Shabana wanaweza emulate, wanaweza borrow a leaf from the likes of Kenya Police there. Moranga Seals pia it's a team yenye siwezi sema their performance imekuwa that bad, but it's not that good. So iko mid. And for team yenye imetoka National Super League, well, that's fair enough. Tuwezi judge sana. All right, so we are taking yet another short break, and of course when we come back tutakuwa tuna dive matters now international sports. And I remember the match between the early kickoff in the English Premier League pitting Liverpool, and of course West Ham is currently underway, and of course it's break, first half, and West Ham United of course wanna lead, and it seems like Liverpool might walk alone today. I don't know, but maybe they might. After all wako away, so hata walk alone no problem. Anyway, Anyway, so let's take this a very short break. When we come back now, we'll be giving you in-depth analysis into that particular match, and of course some of the English Premier League fixtures of the day, this Saturday and of course on Sunday. And hivyo Chelsea wanacheza leo, by the way, na tatu niwakumbushe, so msikuwe na wasiwasi. Tuonane after break.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audio-visual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
You need to look for high quality friends.
I'm from Kingston, Jamaica, you know Portmore. That's my village.
Kanga tu chini hapo ukinyedhia ukikatia mademo akipita.
Sinaweza saa hii nimekuja kukopesa choo.
Tunachimba hadi mizizi kukuletea yanayojiri.
So mimi naomba tu serikali yetu ya Mungu, jibarikiwe na Mungu, iweze kuteremsha bei ya mafuta.
Yanayokukumba tuna maizi, tunakutetea sisiri. Kwa kweli ni speciali tukikupambia makala ya mwanamke mwake. Utasema hupendi, mizizi ya habari. Nami Caroline.
Where we ask the coolest questions in science. Let's go! Is yogurt really just rotten milk? Why do humans need sharks to survive? How did a 12-year-old boy from Africa invent modern vanilla farming? How do you deliver medicine to a chimpanzee? Can poop be useful? How can you save the planet by reducing air pollution? To help us answer these questions, we are inviting some wonderful guests from the world of science. They will enlighten you, make you hungry for knowledge, oxygenate your brain, and make your ideas flow. This is Engine Season 3. Let's go!
Technology, science,
innovation, ICT and research. These are the ingredients upon which the solutions to the 21st century problems are founded. In a world that is rapidly changing, it's all hands on deck to ensure a balance in all fields of life. Women, young and old, are also in the front line, breaking the glass ceiling, becoming thought leaders in the larger tech space. Not forgetting other societies marginalized. And when the tech Avengers come together, we inch closer to a much safer, efficient, and sustainable world. What we view as a norm in today's advanced world was just an idea, and for nostalgic reasons, we trace back to the iconic days to bring you the retro tech. On Tech Innovation Show, we encapsulate all the pillars of the fourth industrial revolution, decoded in a language, all for one for all. Every Monday at 8:30 as we push the mantra, keep learning something new each and every day. Only on KUTV, a new experience.
Karibu sana. Sasa hii ndo awamu ya 3 na ya mwisho kabisa katika hii on the spot show, and of course ukiniona nikismile hivi ni venye London kuna ungua. Kumbuka nilikuambia hapa tuko na the early kickoff, that is Liverpool versus West Ham United. West Ham United wakiwa home wana lead 1-0, and that goal was courtesy of Jared Bowen. And naona Liverpool kikosi si mbaya, but we don't know what is happening. Although kunaweza kuwa na excuse, hakuna Mohamed Salah, hakuna Darwin Núñez, but tunaona Luis Diaz hapa, Cody Gakpo, and of course Elliot, who bado very potential player, right? But sikanyani kufa, usisahau miti zote uteleza. Sijui kama ni leo, lakini venye kuna kaa inaweza kuwa leo, si ndio? Walikula kichapo midweek 2-0 against a team that was beaten 6-0 with Chelsea. Noma sana. Anyway, so your prediction pretty quick. Liverpool versus West Ham United. Well, unaonaje? Of course the game bado inaendelea, but who do you fancy maybe
if Klopp will bring in Salah and Szoboszlai into that game, and I wanna come back up. It is a tough one, lakini I don't understand why Klopp would choose to bench Salah. But remember, since returning from injury, he has not been performing very well. So that's a factor that maybe ameangalia.
Na uzee pia.
I don't think so. I think injury wise, Salah is a very good player, so akimleta second half unaweza ona comeback.
So according to wewe unaona like ni kama maybe
you know Liverpool hawajakuwa vizuri. Losing to Atalanta waliwatoa nje ya Europa, and then this is Klopp's last season. So alikuwa ana expect ataenda vizuri, but if they are to play the same way they are playing, I don't understand his tactics of late. Anakuwa amebadilisha squad sana. I remember Trent has not been in the squad for long, injury amerudi, amejaribu. But today, remember Kudus aki-assist ball in that goal. Kudus amekuwa at AFCON, and this is a player that you have to watch. Bowen is a very good player. Amekuwa pivotal sana for West Ham this season. So if Liverpool hawata get an early goal in the second half, and then they might lose this match or draw, and it will really rush their hopes of winning the title.
Well, unajua wewe ule mwenyewe unaulizwa like unaishi Kiunguro, direction ya Kiunguro iko wapi? Unamwambia kwanza enda Kaha West, uzunguke ukuje hivyo, ukifika Ruiru Town chukua Ndudhi, kuja hivi Kiunguro. Sipo Liverpool or West Ham, nani anashinda? 2-1. Well, this Liverpool mimi naona hata wanaweza pewa 3-0 because Everton iko chini, but iliwachezea game kapiga 2-0. Merseyside derby. The last time Everton ilipiga Liverpool in a derby like that, hata siwezi recall. When is I recall? No.
But remember,
sasa nakwambia kuna crisis in this Liverpool. Crisis ilianzia time ya Atlanta. Na tuachane na excuse ati sijui Klopp sijui atuelewi sijui tactics yake ana rotate nini. No, players wako chini. Pressure iko juu ya kuperform. If you're not performing, coach ana option anakuweka bench. But anatafuta venye ata win. So that is what is happening. Don't be surprised umeona Mohamed Salah ako bench. Remember their game against Everton. Alifanya nini? Alifanya what? Nunes, they are now, of course, arguably the number 9 striker. Anafanya blank kama fai.
Hajacheza vizuri this season, of course.
So the team is not performing. Na hawa ukikula, if you are performing ungekuwa ni wewe ndo starting 11. But because you are not performing, kula bench. Coach ana option. The team is just poor. Sahi every match wanacheza wana walk alone, either ni Anfield ama away hivyo. And this is what is happening. Title walikuwa so close to it, but itabidi wajoin watu wengine waone venye waone venye kunaendanga. So that is what is happening. But wacha tuone kama hiyo 2-1 yako itakuja, but wewe una justify. Inaonekana wewe ni sympathizer wa Liverpool.
It's a good team. Chatuone.
All right, so we have a couple of fixtures lined up for today, and sijui kama tunaweza okay, so let me take you through them. So the first one tuko na Wolves against Luton. Prediction yako on that one before
2-1 Wolves
to narrow 2-1 Wolves. Then we have Fulham, they will be up against Crystal Palace, and that match will be played at exactly 5 p.m.
A draw.
Newcastle United, Sheffield United.
Newcastle kichwa.
The mighty Manchester.
It's Burnley. Manchester kichwa
against Burnley. Naambiwa kuna venye tabidi ni swallow my what? Humble what? So ni 50. Dakika ni 50. 1-1. Robertson amefungia Liverpool at 48 minutes. So maybe prediction yako ya ulisema 2-1. Sami hadi nimesema 3-1. Acha tuone kama
ulikuwa 3 rusha.
So ni 1-1. And of course mpira udunda, sio?
Ali goal.
Mpira udunda. Kwanza hii ali kick off na konga swara mbaya. Ile timu yenye una expect ifanye mambo haifanyi. Ndio kama mimi nasema West Ham Viva. Anyway, so we have Manchester United. They'll be up against Burnley. United is your team.
Yeah, of course.
Mbona unaongea nikao yuko proud?
I'm very proud of Manchester United. Very extremely proud. Hiyo tunaua.
Then we have Everton against Brentford.
That's a close one. Brentford to win.
Brentford to win. Then sema mighty.
No, Chelsea mnatandikwa.
Mighty Chelsea against Aston Villa.
Aston Villa win.
Okay, so wacha tuanzie hiyo. Chelsea, Aston Villa. Tukuje midweek. Tuachana midweek kwanza. Tukuje weekend. It was on Monday, by the way, ndio. Tulikanyaga mtu ngapi?
Wewe ni fan wa Chelsea niambe.
Tulikanyaga mtu, yani tulibakisha tu moja, tufunge za wiki. Tukasema hakuna haja tutesema ndugu zetu. Tukawapatia zao 6.
After hapo
juu wanasema like unafaa rest on the 7th day, tukasema wacha hiyo moja tuwapatie hiyo pumzike. Then now sasa Arsenal mimi naweza kukwambia shida unajua ilitokea wapi? Injuries. In fact hiyo game ya FA ndili to drain. Our top scorer kapata injury, ananas injury. The likes of Malo Gusto injury. Malo Gusto ako injury. We have a couple of players wenye ananas injury. So basically tuko na reason tunaweza sema like in as much as in football hakuna excuse because the other 11 players si ni players si ati ni ma flower girl but yenyewe hata unajua yenyewe ni injury.
I don't think so. Of course Pochettino when he was asked akiulizwa alisema this is not Palmer's club, this is Chelsea Football Club. Because that hiyo ndio top scorer wenu. How many goals is it? 16 or 18?
Buda.
Palmer.
To Google
This season.
Top scorer mtu wangu.
Wa Chelsea ama Premier League. Aya, penalties najua amefunga mingi. I don't want to go there.
Yake wacha zako.
So ako sawa. Watkins hajafunga pena mingi season na bado ako huko anamcheza. But I think Chelsea this was the first time mnapigwa 5-0 na London derby. I think even in that will go down in history books. But you met an Arsenal team that is very focused. Arsenal this season you cannot joke with it, wanajaribu and I think hata kwa title watajikaza. But looking at your game leo against Aston Villa, you remember Aston Villa waliwachapa in the reverse fixture, and if they beat you again this will be the first time they are doing that since the 1980-1990 season wakiwapiga leo, and I think mtatandikwa. I think if Palmer will not be in that team because hiyo ndio amebeba Chelsea this season. Yeah, Nicholas Jackson misfiring every time. If you are mentioning the likes of Gusto injury, of course Gusto is a very good player, but I think if Palmer will not be in that team, then I don't think Chelsea will carry the day. Enzo hayuko completely for quite some time. Aston Villa wamecheza vizuri sana. Look at Watkins, look at Bailey, look at a team and this Spaniard, a very good tactician. And then look at a Chelsea team that has Pochettino. This is a team that you can beat anytime, any day.
No. Mulitupiga anytime, any day.
Uko juu yenu?
No. So the thing, I agree with you. Chelsea iko na shida. And now that that problem imekuwa piled up with now the injuries that we have. And as a Chelsea fan, I'm worried about today's fixture against Aston Villa. Because hawa ni team yenye iko na nduthi, watu wanakimbia sana. Na now that quality players, some of our key players on announced injuries, then inamaanisha like today inaweza kuwa another bad day in office for Chelsea. Should Chelsea win, that's a miracle. So for us, basically for me, sijui Ngura anasema aje, but mimi if Chelsea wins today, hiyo nayo ni miujiza. Tutasema thank you.
So you hauamini team yako?
It's not a matter of belief. Now this being a real football pundit, wacha niseme hivyo. The reality on the ground, Chelsea as now venye tu umesema, Cole Palmer kama bado ana nurse injury, top striker, top goal scorer, not only Chelsea but EPL, then inamaanisha like you can feel now the heat venye iko. So today, if a win comes, it's a miracle.
Okay, miracles do happen.
And we are hoping for those miracles to happen. And another very important fixture, wachani si overlook sana, but I want to take account on Manchester United versus Burnley. Well, this one unaweza take it as a light match, but Manchester United kuna venye I don't know what is happening with you guys. Maybe Chelsea, yes, shida yetu tunaweza predict. But nyinyi mko very unpredictable, especially in your problems.
I think Manchester tumeishi tukiongelea shida zake and hata tunachoka sometimes. But facing a Burnley team that is a relegation threatened team that has shown in the past few matches that at least wanataka kutoka hapo chini. Company alisema hawaogopi sai, they want to come into this match and really try to get a point at least to salvage their season. Manchester United, after we won, coming back into the top 6, we really want to at least be there. So I think Ten Hag wanataka kuona squad yake ya leo. We've been having the likes of Maino, watu wanamuita Maina huko mtaa, anajaribu kijana mzuri. I think he's a very good player coming to the team. Ten Hag akipick squad vizuri, then we will try to win. Remember we came down last time, Sheffield walikuwa wametutandika 2-0, coming back twice rather, winning 4-2. That was a motivational factor.
With 2 penalties, of course.
It doesn't matter. Penalties win match. Ndio maana Palma na top scorer kona penalties. But today's game, it's a tough one to call. Usione kama it's an easy fixture. Burnley watakuja kukaza. Angalia Chris Wood atasumbua hapo height. Dead balls, we've not been defending them very well this season. And apart from Sheffield and Luton, Manchester United is the only team that has conceded at least 16 goals from opponents in the opening kama 45 minutes. So Burnley wakitufunga ya kwanza, then
generous givers
Manchester.
Anyway, sasa wacha tufocus sasa na the big match. And for this one, it's a must win for Arsenal. Arsenal wata travel to Tottenham Stadium. This is a derby, a London derby, and they'll be facing Tottenham. Well, this is a high-stake game, and I can tell you, Tottenham has nothing to lose, but Arsenal stands to lose it all. First, before we get about prediction, but ni paintie to the atmosphere, how you picture that match to be, because for Arsenal, every game is a final for them. Now, hawezi afford could drop any point at this time. Na Tottenham wako there, this is a derby, wanataka kufrustrate Arsenal. Wanataka like kwe like even venye umesema Chelsea, Arsenal lipiga Chelsea 5 na ita go down to history as the heaviest defeat in a derby, yes. But pia Tottenham inataka ionyeshe Arsenal, we will go down in history as the team yenye iliwa deny that cup. I think wakaingia top 4.
That game is a very big fixture. A derby, of course. I'm looking at Tottenham side and iko na the likes of Pedro Porro, deliveries zake ziko sawa, lakini anapatana na Arsenal yenye iko na Saliba. Amekuwa like Saliba, Ben White. They've been pairing very well. And I think Arteta's side wameonyesha resilience. Coming into that fixture, watakuwa wanajaribu at least to ensure that they must win. I remember Arsenal will still face Manchester United in May. Hizi ni game mbili kubwa. Arsenal Tottenham and Arsenal United. Hizo ndio games itaamua kama watabeba ligi. If they are to drop points, then Man City will win this league. So Arsenal watakuwa wanaangalia venye Man City watacheza against Nottingham. Remember City walitandika Brighton juzi. So Arsenal will try to go with everything into that match. But pia usidharau Tottenham, the likes of Son, Maddison, Richarlison, these are players that have experience and they've been scoring even in derbies. So that will be a very difficult match to call. It will be a close one. I'm seeing Arsenal ikishinda kama 3-1 ama 3-2. Yeah.
What?
They'll be here with you.
Another question. Tottenham, their performance against Big Six this season. Can you recall any team yenye imepiga Tottenham except one?
Hakuna. But I think
Chelsea.
Sasa Chelsea ni big team. Chelsea is not a big team.
Anyway, this is the point. When wa Manchester, na naambiwa watu wa Manchester mko na hasira sana. So iko hivi. Tottenham like kupiga Tottenham home imekuwa yenyewe ni tricky kidogo, especially for this Big Six. And this is a derby. And a derby is not easy. Then kuna home advantage. It'll play a very key factor in this one. Well, for me, if kama kuna time when sasa Arsenal actually wanafaa wa brace themselves now for at least maybe kunusia your cup at this time, because wako na 2 critical matches. Of course, against United they can win anytime. Uta-argue, but hii sasa tuta-argue na facts. The last 5 encounters, Arsenal wame get the better part of United, either home or away. So any fixture between Arsenal and Manchester United, anytime. If you ask me, the probability of Arsenal winning against United itakupatia 60/40. That one you can take it to the bank. You can argue and you know that's a fact. But on Tottenham, this one hapo na kuna big gamble. So for this one this fixture itakuwa a very tough one. And remember, one team inakuja ikiwa na pressure. The other inataka tu just kucheza alafu wapate hiyo ticket, at least wacheze champe. Now you can see when you play under pressure, chances ni pia mnaweza blunder. And that is what Arsenal ina look at, because Arsenal wame come so close twice. Remember last season walikuja tu hivi, somewhere along the way things ika happen, waka bottle the league. This time wako bumper to bumper. And either way, hypothetically speaking, let's say Arsenal washinde games zao zote na City washinde zao zote, Arsenal bado itabeba ligi.
Yeah, of course.
Get. So Arsenal iko na 2 matches ngumu, City iko na 1 match ngumu. City bado ita face Tottenham. Arsenal lazima wapige Tottenham na Man U, at least kama wanataka ku revive their chances. Alafu waombe sana City drop points, then hapo maybe wanaweza penya, of which pia hiyo ni tunasema kuomba, of which pia hiyo ni miujiza. So in real life it's a tricky one. Alafu hiyo now ina bring now a question of the day yenye tunauliza, alafu pia inataka nikuulize then uniambie your prediction. Well, a question of the day: which team do you think will carry the 2023-2024 English Premier League title? Which team do you think will carry the 2023-2024 English Premier League title? Remember, your contribution, your comment and feedback, we welcome them. You can channel them on all of our social media platforms. We are live on YouTube at KUTV Kenya. You can tweet us on X at Auma Events. Use the hashtag on the spot. And of course, we'll be sure to sample them at the tail end of this show. And this question, I direct it to you. Well, tumeona table venye naka. Title race iko hivi. Competition bado ni stiff. Unajua sijui mbona kwa hii conversation tunaacha Liverpool. Liverpool hatufai kuwaacha juu pia wako neck to neck. Wakishinda leo wako somewhere, si ndio Ngure? Wakishinda leo wako somewhere close. Which team do you think watabeba hii title?
Manchester City.
Why City?
I think City, Pep anakuanga na kitu inaitwa finishing power. Pep muachiangi those things. Pep has that finishing power. And KDB coming back from injury imemsaidia sana. Ina boost your squad. Look at the likes of Phil Foden, kijana mdogo sana, 23 years, over 51 goals in the Premier League. Kijana anacheza vizuri. Fixtures wamebakisha nadhani ni rahisi kuliko za any team isipokuwa Tottenham. They have Nottingham, they have Palace, they have Luton. Hizo mimi nitasema si walkover, but Pep ataenda na winning mentality. He has that finishing power. Arsenal wako na tough fixtures, so of course it might be a gamble. Mimi naweza kupatia top 3 venye itaisha. Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool. Hivyo ndio top 3 yangu iko.
Nipatie top 4.
Top 4 Tottenham.
Yeah. Okay. Mimi napenda venye uko very genuine. Nilikuwa nadhani ungeropokwa United.
Hatuwezi.
Tukwambie ulale mapema. Okay, so for me, as of this point, I think the 3 teams, any team can win. Ujaniuliza why?
Proceed.
The reason why nakwambia hivi, it's because Arsenal wanna play a very beautiful football. And to be fair to Arsenal, Arsenal wame come far to lose it now. Wame prove doubters wrong anytime wanna step on the pitch, whether you're a big team, small team, wanna try to make sure they score and they play beautiful football and they want to score a lot of goals. Chelsea is not the only team Arsenal imepiga 5. Arsenal, I remember there's a time imepiga mtu 6, ikakuja ikafuatanisha ikagonga tena 5, ikikeep clean sheet. So kumaanisha this is a team that can score, play beautiful football, score goals and actually hunt for this 3 points and title. Same case ukikuja kwa Man City. Man City nayo ni team yenyewe. Man City ni team yenyewe imenini imekuwa dominant. Pep amekaa 7 season EPL, amewin 5, bado ana hunt ya 6, right? Anaweza pata ama akose. This time chances ya City kupata ama kukosa pia iko high, 90%, because wako na team yenyewe uwezi sema tinabahatisha. timu yenye inaifuata, let's say Arsenal, ni timu pia ikiingia kwa pitch inacheza amazing football. Liverpool, to be fair to Liverpool, until today the only match yenye niyo ya Everton. Get as far as the Chelsea title is concerned. So for Liverpool, easy two teams can make mistakes because in the English Premier League, akonanga big team na small team. Small team is a frustrate big team. See must big team ipoteza against big team. So for this title race, and especially if you remember the time when Manchester City walikuwa napelekana neck to neck with United, enye trophy ilikuwa inazungushwa kwa hewa na chopa. You remember what happened? Simple mistake, it overturned everything. So this one, it ended down to the wire. And nasikia Liverpool wameweka kitu. So umesikia sasa venye hii conversation ina get very okay, sisi waseme tuko right. Ni update tu. Tuwani yako imeingia basi na game bado inaendelea, so but na hii sasa ni update tu. So what I'm trying to tell you, this one is a very tricky one and anything can really happen. So for me, three teams wanaweza go for this. So the Liverpool, Arsenal and Manchester City.
Of course.
Wote wako na chance. I hope my top 4, wacha nichape top 10 haraka if time allows. Number 1, against all odds, Manchester City. Number 2, Arsenal. Number 3, Liverpool. Number 4, Aston Villa. Number 5, I'll give it Tottenham. Number 6, Newcastle United. Number 7, Chelsea. Usiagi hiyo, I know why. Number 7, Chelsea. Number 8, United. Number 9, Wolves. Number 10, Brighton. Haiwezi, inawezekana ndugu zangu. It's very much possible. Hivyo ndio itakuwa. But hapo kwa number 1, number 2 hapo ndo naweza beg to differ sometimes, but number 1, number 2, 3 hapo. But for now ni order because naona City bado wako na game in hand, so na simu wakicheza hiyo wakue level wao watakuwa number 1, Arsenal number 2, Liverpool number 3 bila any team kupoteza game. Even ndo nimeweka and that's mine. Wewe utaargue but unaweza argue sahi. Your closing remarks.
I think the Premier League season so far imekuwa fiti. So we just want to see good football. We've seen it with the likes of Arteta, amework under Pep. So we want to see how it will fare on. Manchester and Chelsea, tusitukanane. We are at the same level. So wacha tungoje tuone next season. Anyway, we hope for a good finishing, but I will give Man City to win the league. Manchester United top 5, top 6 lazima Europa tutacheza.
Sasa pia sisi tumekafunga, lakini Manchester United na Chelsea yuko same level. Chelsea wako na pesa, United wana struggle. So hatuko same level. Anyway, so that is where we call it a wrap. Many thanks for you, our esteemed viewers, for always keeping us a company in the last 50 or rather 1 hour and 58 minutes or so. It has been my single most pleasure and honor to be part of this great conversation, having this great conversation with you back there at home and wherever you're watching us from here in the country and across the world. Until next time, my name is Auma Evans. This is On The Sport Show. Do have a lovely weekend.